to this video. This is Tina from tinahills.com, and this video is all about the astrological sign of Gemini. Gemini is a mutable sign, okay, which means it's easily impressionable. And Gemini is an air sign, and it is a male sign. It's represented by the two twins, which is symbolic of duality. Now, all the air signs are pretty much about duality and relationships. But with Gemini, we find this dualism takes on a very specific meaning. If you look at the myth of Castor and Pollux, then you will see how they are actually symbolic of the struggle of our higher self and the lower self. Okay, so another thing that's important about Gemini is that in esoteric astrology, it is believed that behind the energy of all the other 11 signs, there is the energy signature of Gemini. And why is that? Because Gemini is the sign of communication. It is that point where the soul wants to communicate out of love. Gemini has a lot to do with love. It's very intimately connected to our heart chakra and to the heart chakra of the solar system. So, although we don't associate love to Gemini, but this is truly a sign of love, because only when the soul falls in love with creation, after Aries has initiated, Taurus has created the earth and the physical body, then in Gemini, the soul wants to communicate with creation. Intimately participate in the song of creation, which is why Gemini is about communication, ruled by Mercury, which is the symbol of the deep symbol of Mercury is really taking leading our souls back to source code. That's why Mercury is known as the psychopomp. The energy of Mercury can be pretty much like a trickster. So Gemini, the sign of Gemini can be known as a trickster. And of course, we know the stereotypical two-facedness of a Gemini because of the two twins and the symbolism of duality. Gemini has very quick energy. It doesn't like to hold on to something or stay quiet or stay put in one zone. It just wants to move around from one experience to another, from one person to another. In fact, Gemini people are known not to commit. It's because they just it's always about interaction. It's all about communication. They are the ones who will speak about the sunset and probably not let you see it. So it's because they have this inherent need to communicate. All right. Now the soul, the affirmation of Gemini is, I think, therefore I am, the Descartian cogito ergo sum. Okay, because from this fundamental cogitative intellectual process can a Gemini ascertain his or her existence. They have to think, they can't stop thinking, and probably this is why sometimes they overthink and they can be hyper. They can rush from one topic to another, unable to complete. Completion is not necessarily a strong point with Gemini. Now, the sole ruler of Gemini is Venus, which is very interesting because Venus is all about love. So again, we see the intimate connection of Gemini with love, something that we don't associate in a normal pop culture astrology. So we have to understand that this is the sign where communication begins to unfold in a soul. So writing, speaking, communicating, describing. These are the strong points of this sign. In fact, this is the sign which is known as the light of interplay between matter and spirit. Because here, once once spirit falls into matter and the 3D world is created, the physical body is created, then only can begin the process of communication, which is understood and experienced in Gemini. And they are really masters at wit and masters at keeping the spirit of the party in a light and happy tone, but provided they are not bored and they don't want to move on. So I hope you like that video as much as I like making it for you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Tina from TinaHits.com. Thank you.